to talk tonight about the code enforcement officer that you would like to hire. I've now been to 3 meetings on code enforcement, and I've gotten almost no information. I got more information today, at least today I found out from the law that we know what we're going to pay him anyways. Okay, so because you guys didn't give us any information, I gave you packets up there that are foils that I got from the town of Lyon, the village of Dexter, and the town of Clayton. And so here's some of the facts that I think I've got together. You pay for your code enforcement officer right now through the county. If you hire a code enforcement officer, you will still pay through your taxes for the code enforcement officer through the county, even though you do not use him. You will get no rebate from your taxes. Okay? The permits that were written by Jefferson County, if you hire the code enforcement officer, the permits that are in effect, you will take liability for those permits, but you will not receive the money for those permits. The county will keep that money. Now, if you look at the documents from the town of Lyon and the village of Dexter, you'll see that they show that they made a small profit. But I called them back because I thought of something. Once you put workman's comp, FICA, disability, unemployment insurance, the extra bookkeeping costs, you can add about 30% for an employee. So once you add that 30%, now you've gone down where they actually lost money. Now, you also mentioned that if the code enforcement officer could not make an inspection, that you had an alternate from Clayton that would be willing to take place of the code enforcement officer. No deal has been made for the code enforcement officer from Clayton, which you told me it was. If you do hire the code enforcement officer from Clayton part-time, you're going to pay him $20 an hour plus mileage. Now, I looked at the hours. I don't really know what you plan on having, how many hours for the code enforcement officer for Cape Benson, but I'm basing by what you're paying him, how many hours I think you're going to, I'm guessing 20 hours a week. Would I be close when I say that?
I'm not answering your question.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it in. I'll put it in.
Talk with me at the office. I'd be happy to go over with you.
Okay, well, I'll figure it at 20 hours a week. Okay, so in Chameau, Mr. Millington's hours are approximately 20 hours a week. In Dexter, his hours are 10 hours a week. And then if I figure 20 hours a week for the town of Cape Vincent, that puts it at 50 hours. I question the time factor going back and forth to different towns of being able to pull this off. Okay, my question was, would he also represent the village of Cape Vincent? But I assumed he would because the village is in the town. Now, Clayton lost more money than anybody. They lost approximately $6,000 on their code enforcement officer. And Clayton's permit fees are significantly higher than the county's, and they still lost money. I already know what you're going to pay him. And the county, when you asked the county said that you would not make money hiring a code enforcement officer, and you did not represent us at the meeting. Actually, you gave us very little information. Now, also, you looked at me, Mr. Hershey, before the meeting and said we are hiring a code enforcement officer. I thought that was supposed to be deliberated at the meeting so we could all hear everything. Dick McSherry came up to me and said if the county signs off, we are hiring a code enforcement officer. I would like to know if he has any power over this board. I thought the board was the one that voted. And now the other thing I thought of, John, you said that you believed in open government and you ran on open government. For what we're doing, and a lot of you were at the meetings, we got no information from these meetings. That is not open government. I gave you a copy of the S-100 that shows the deliberation should be in front of us so we can see all what is going on. I do not believe that is happening. Michelle, you said that you believe that your job was to serve the people. okay? I believe that serving the people would be giving us all the information before we come into a public hearing.
30 seconds, Dennis.
What's that?
Sorry, 30 seconds.
Okay, well, one last thing I would like to say is I would like you to, because I gave you this information and you gave us none, I would like you to cancel that public hearing for now and put the information in front of the people in this meeting so everybody knows what's going on. Okay, thank you very much.